Okay. Alright. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Anyway, I'm back, guys. I'm back from Houston. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about my trip and everything. Yeah, it's just gonna be a jolly old welcome back celebration. I was trying to find out the right word. But yeah, I had a pretty good time on my trip. You know, a part of me is happy to be back, but you know, because it's always good to be back. You know, I had to give up recording for a couple of days, and you know, I've been really enjoying playing this game. So yeah, I I've definitely been looking forward to getting back into this, but yeah, you know, it's bittersweet to be back. It was because I always have a good time when I go see Mimi. You know, my grandma on my mom's side. Oh my goodness, yeah. I need to go to the diner. I can't go on like this. They better be open. I'll talk to people, but dashing good looks among the gourmet family. Well, too bad. He's gonna end up with Natalie. We'll hopefully get the arrival event soon. We have to wait at least 2 weeks after we 2 in-game weeks after we unlock both villagers and the in the rival couple. All right. Oh my goodness. Please give me some food. I'm starving here. Oh my god. Oh, 22,000. I thought I only had like 2,200. Well, in that case. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Alright. I don't need to fill up the entire meter. I just didn't want to pass out. Alright. But yeah, what we did was, we went to Corpus first and to pick up my mom. Then we went to Houston. Because Houston's only about 7 or 8 hours, but since we had to go to Corpus first, it took almost 12 hours to get, to go to Corpus to pick my mom up. And then, to go to Houston. And then it took us another almost 12 hours to drop her off. And then come, back to my hometown. But yeah, not much went on when we first got there. We just, said hi to everyone. Because we were tired. We just kind of said hi to everyone. Talked about some stuff. I met an uncle for the first time. And, we just kind of, caught up, reminisced, and, stuff like that. But then, Saturday, I had hash browns from Burger King for breakfast. Then for lunch, we did ham. Or, my grandma made a ham. And it was so funny at lunch because I was sitting next to my mom. And I noticed how tan she was. So I was like, "You're so tan." And then my mom was like, "Yeah." Like, she said what in Spanish. And then my grandma told my mom to eat. That was funny. Then we went to a shoe store. I didn't get anything. I wasn't really interested in getting a pair of shoes. But, we all wanted, including my grandma, we all wanted to get out for a minute, so my Uncle Johnny and my grandpa stayed behind. But, me, my dad, my brother, my mom, and my grandmother, we all went to the shoe store. Oh my goodness, it's 3:20 a.m. Yeah, let's go to sleep. I was losing track of time here. Alright. Luckily, I didn't use much stamina, so it's full. And I'm not gonna bother keeping up with my crops, because today's the last day. They're just gonna die tomorrow anyway. But yeah. Then Sunday, me, my parents, and my brother went to the grocery store, and we got stuff to make spaghetti. Unfortunately, my dad meant to bring some spaghetti packets with him, so we could have like the Lawry's spaghetti sauce, because it is, quite frankly, to die for. But he forgot, so we had to get them at the store. We just got the Kroger, I think it's called. That's the store we went to. And then there was, Kroger spaghetti sauce packets. So we got burger meat. We got those. My mom was dilly dallying, so we were there forever because she was trying to find like makeup products, just like toiletries. And yeah, it took forever for us to get out of there. But the spaghetti still tasted good. It wasn't quite the same, but it was still pretty good. Then we went to a music store, me, my parents, and my brother. I'm not really much of a... I mean, I do like listening to music, but, I think everyone, we all have music we like to listen to. But, I don't go all in depth when it comes to music like my parents do. But, I still had some fun, I dabbled a little bit on the piano, because you can do that. Like, they have some instruments set out that you can just play around on. So my parents and my brother were playing with the drums, and I was playing on the piano. But yeah, nothing much, our trip wasn't too eventful. It was just 2 days and stuff, but it was still pretty fun. And then, Mimi told my grandpa that she was speaking English and not Chinese. My grandma's funny. Luckily, my mom wasn't, you know, she wasn't too bitchy, but she did seem a bit paranoid about me, and she kept taking my stuff. Like, she even admitted it. Like, I've been trying to take these snacks from her for hours. Yeah, that's a problem my mom has. She can be very intrusive. You know what? I'm not even gonna set foot in my house until later, because I don't want to deal with the bitch ass pumpkin festival. It's annoying. I don't want those ankle biter children to barge in on me. Speaking of kids, my brother flat out told my mom that he doesn't like kids. I'm I mean, I know kids can be difficult, but to be honest, like, I actually relate better to children than I do to adults. Like, I don't know. Is it a neurodivergent thing? I do not know, but I will always be a kid at heart, no matter how old I get. Some people just don't. Some people don't like that for some reason. I guess a lot of people who don't like that, like, maybe they don't like kids, so they don't like seeing people behave like them. I don't know, but I will always be a child at heart, no matter how old I get, whether people like it or not. If they do like it, then cool. If not, then tough shit. But it's just who I am. Oh yeah, I do need to remember to save before, because winter is going to be a little different. We're not going to be able to farm. I don't even think we're going to be able to forage. But there is one thing that we are going to be able to do, but it's going to cost a lot of trial and error. I think that's the right word, but yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna be doing a lot of saving and like reloading and stuff. I'll talk more about it when we get to winter, but basically, what I'm gonna be trying to do is I'm gonna need some wonderfuls. They're called wonderful stones. I'm gonna need to buy some throughout winter to help me with like farming for when we get back into spring. So, yeah. Matter of fact, yep, I'm gonna need to remember to save before going to bed, and if there's no wonderful stone tomorrow, then I'm gonna have to reload. Hold on. Let's get through this atrocious place. I like the forest because there was a shit ton of like stuff to forage and ship, but it is a pain in the ass to navigate through. Oh my goodness. Oh my goddamn god, guys. Alright, nope. I do need to do some more mining, but it's not really something I need to do right now. Alright. Might as well toss a gift while I'm here. No problem. Alright. But goodness gracious that this place is a pain in the ass to navigate through. Oh my goodness, where's the freaking exit? Oh my goodness, guys. But yeah, like I said, I had fun. I'm just a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous for Christmas, to be honest. I know, it's something you should be excited for, but I know. My grandma on my dad's side of the family, like I said, you know, I do love her and all, but she can be stressful to deal with. And I'm worried she'll ask me, "Did you wear this on your trip?" And then I'll have to be like, "Nana, it was 80 degrees. I'm not gonna wear a long sleeves nightgown or a sweater when it's 80 freaking degrees outside. It's just not gonna happen." I mean, I don't mind her asking about the trip. Like, "Hey, how was your trip? You know, did you do anything, you know, like that?" But nagging me about what I should wear, like when the weather is not even like appropriate for it. Come the frick on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I have a lot. Alright. Don't worry. We're gonna save right before we go to bed. We don't have to redo this. We just have to use a toll a certain number of times. Alright. I'll show you what I mean. We may get lucky. We may not even have to use a toll at times. Or even like the first day of winter. Alright, but like I said, I'll explain more about what I'm about to do. Alright. Alright. Diary. Save. Saving. Alright, yeah. Alright, so what we're gonna have to do is after we finish everything, we're gonna have to save the day before. And then alright. We're gonna have to save the day before. And if there's no wonderful stone, we're gonna have to use a toll 1 time, 2 times, 3, you know, and if, you know, we're gonna have to use a toll 1 time, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to use the toll, we're gonna have to reload and then use it twice. Alright, hold on. Chan's shop. Wait, what on earth is this place? Alright. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here it is. Alright. Alright, no. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna reload. Then we're gonna use a tool one. We're gonna use a tool once and see if that gets us the wonderful. Alright. Load. Load. Alright. We're gonna need red, yellow, and blue wonderfuls especially. Because I'm going to need a yellow wonderful for my hoe and for my sickle. Alright, now let's see. Now let's try this again. And if there's no wonderful, we're going to have to use a tool twice. Alright. I know, this is going to be a bit tedious, but just... winter is going to be a bit weird. Nope. Alright. So just bear with me. Diary. Load. Alright. What we need to do is we need to get our farm degree points to end in 5. But the issue is we can't see our farm degree points. It's invisible. So we have to completely rely on luck and, like I said, trial and error. Alright, nope. Let's try 3 times. Diary. Load. I think we just need to use it. I don't think we need to actually interact with a specific item. Alright. And we'll eat something. I just want to get this get this situated first. Alright. Nope. Alright, and rice seeds. We have to grow or plant rice between spring 1 and 20. So we won't be able to plant any rice until after winter time, but Alright. Nope, you're coming with me. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Let's see. I don't even, like I said, we may have to actually use it. We'll see. If we cycle through like 10 tries and like it doesn't show up, then we'll nope, still no wonderful. Then we'll actually use it on somewhere. I wish you could see your points. It's pretty unfair how we have to completely just rely on trial and error. Alright. Okay, so this is attempt number 5, right? I believe so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. First, I believe he's going to be selling red Wonderfuls. I'll have to look it up right quick, but yeah, I think he's selling one. Nope. Ah. Oh my god, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm sorry, guys, but this has to get done. Alright, load. Alright, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Guys, we got it! Alright. Alright, so we don't have to actually, like, use the tool on you know, like, we're using my hoe, for example. We don't have to actually use it on the plot of land. We just have to just use it. But, alright, we got our first Wonderful, guys. Alright, good. Rucksack is fine. I'm gonna buy some other stuff. Well, we're gonna buy some more storage stuff, and we're gonna go and eat. Alright. Alright, guys. Alright. We got it, guys. I am gonna want another red Wonderful. We'll see. We'll see if we can get 2 in the same week or so. Hold on. I'm gonna... Alright. I'm gonna bring... Alright. I have Fogu up. It says, during the winter season, Jin will have Wonderfuls for sale in his shop. The chance of him having a stone for sale is dependent on the last digit of your farm degree ending in 5, which you cannot see, by the way. If you're trying to buy a specific color of stone, save your game the night before and then check Jin's store the next morning. If it doesn't appear, then reload your game. Use a tool one time, then go to bed and check his inventory again. If still no stone, reload and then use the tool 2 times, which was what I did. Yep, blah blah blah, 3 times, blah blah blah. Basically, you are nudging your farm degree by 1 point the night before in order to get your last number to be a 5. Alright. When the last number of your invisible degree meets, you see how they said invisible? Chen will sell 1 stone. You can repeat this process the next morning and all winter long. Okay. And we can't buy the Winter 7 Indigo Wonderful because of it lands on a Friday on the first year and his store is closed. Which is fine because it's ridiculously expensive anyway, so yeah, I'm mainly focused on red Wonderfuls, yellow Wonderfuls, and blue Wonderfuls. Really, I mainly just need 2 red Wonderfuls, 2 yellow Wonderfuls, and a blue Wonderful, you know. I don't really need every single Wonderful that I can get, except for Friday, or, you know, except for the one on the Indigo Wonderful, but I do need... I want 2 red Wonderfuls, and then a blue Wonderful for my watering can, so I can... Oh. start watering 3 by 3 squares at a time, and then I need a yellow wonderful for my hoe, and then a yellow wonderful for my sickle, so I can plant and harvest rice. But yeah. Alright. Let's go to the cafe or the diner, because I am getting, my fullness is getting low again. And yeah, unfortunately, there's no planting. You know, there's no farming or even foraging in the wintertime, so we're gonna have to make money in other ways. Alright, I'm trying to find the cafe in the... Oh, here they are. Alright. It's only 2:50 p.m. or 3 p.m. and it's already getting dark. Alright, I'm gonna need to go to Mirabelle's pretty soon. Alright. I am also gonna need to start leaving my animals outside some. When it's not rainy. Because that will help reduce stress a lot. And it can even increase friendship. Alright. We're gonna have to do this again, guys. I know. But, yep. Save. Alright, hold on. Let me check if... I know there's a festival on the 4th, so we're gonna skip. Wait. No, there's not. I could have sworn there was a... Snow Festival. I mean, I don't really like the Snow Fest. Maybe someone has to come in and like confirm it. I don't know, but all right. All right. You know the drill. Alright, let me make sure I still have my... Okay, good. Making sure I didn't sell it on accident. And yeah, it's very important to do it like the day before you were trying to get the Wonderful. Because if, like, let's say you try to adjust, like, on that day. It's not going to appear in the shop. You have to, like, do it the day before. Alright. But yeah, that was once. And yeah, hopefully we can get 2 of the same Wonderfuls in one. You know. I guess we'll just say in one winter. But yeah, diary. Load. That's what I'm trying to do. There. Alright, nope. Please give me 2 of the same 2 color Wonderful Stones in one season. Hopefully they don't have some stupid thing where you have to have, you know, you can only get 1 color or 1 of each color per season. That would be stupid. But, you know, hopefully we'll find that out. Because I'm going to need, like I said, I'm going to need 2 red and 2 yellow. Alright. 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 For some reason, I think it's going to be 8 uses that, because I sold 2 milks. And it's hard to explain. I'm trying to calculate the amount of points I'm getting in my head here. Alright. Oh wow, it's here. So, okay, so we can buy like 2 red and 2 yellow. Alright. Good. Okay, so we'll probably store them in our cabinet, because I don't want them taking up space in my rucksack. Alright, awesome. I can, however... Wait, I don't know if... Yeah, we probably need to go to Ganon, alright, for that, but... We're gonna need to get better tools. I'm gonna need a watering can that's at least 3,000 G. It's weird, but... Oh, and it's a Sunday. I can't go there today. Alright. Yeah. Please, yeah, just bear with me. This winter is gonna be a bit tedious, but... Yeah. Wait, what? What is this? Oh, I guess that's the beauty box. Oh, yeah, okay, so where's my cabinet? Alright, this should be my cabinet. Aha! Alright. Sometimes I get weary when stacking stuff. We don't really need too much space, so we'll just keep them separate. Alright. Hold on, I'm looking up the Wonderful Guide. And yeah. 1 blue Wonderful and 2 red Wonderfuls to water 3x3 squares, so... Yeah. And then we just need 1 blue Wonderful and 2 yellow Wonderful. And then... Hold on. Red, yellow, and blue. Once winter 19 is over, then I'm not going to be too worried about Wonderfuls anymore. I just want, at least, like I said, 2 red, 2 yellow, and 1 blue. Alright. Now let's take care of our cows. And yeah, and we don't even need to. Do any more trial and error stuff until I believe the 7th is over. Because yeah, after the Red Wonderful time frame is the Indigo Wonderful time frame, which we're not going to be able to do for like I said, 2 reasons. It's just too expensive, and the store's closed on Winter 7 anyway. So we'll have 8 to 13 for 2 yellow Wonderfuls, and then we'll get 1 blue Wonderful through the 14th and the 19th. Alright. 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 Got a full jug of milk. And then this minigame is a lot easier. And yeah, considering, you know, winter is going to be a bit, you know, like I said, a bit tedious, we're probably not going to get to the yellow and blue wonderfuls until the next episode. Now, one thing I do like about winter is it does clear off your land, because my land had a shit ton of weeds and and, you know, dead, you know, crops that were about to die. So that's one thing I do like about winter, because I'm not going to do that on my own. Clear that off. That's too tedious. Alright, hold on. Uh-oh. Alright. It says, I think it's still recording, but it's not telling me, you know, how long it's been going. Hold on. Alright. Oh, okay, it's at the bottom. Alright. Never mind, alright. False alarm, guys. I got a bit worried for a second. Because I like to keep track, because I don't want to make these too long. I think, an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, you know. An hour and 15 minutes is a good average time to keep these videos going for. But yeah, I ended up staying in the room I did last time, and my Uncle Johnny, who I met for the first time, he actually stayed in the other room that was connected to the bathroom. You know, I thought my mom was gonna be in that room because she was last time, and then Uncle Johnny was gonna be in the other, I guess you could say, isolated room. But nope, my mom actually stayed in that one. I want to get rid of these 2 stone, or these 2 boulders. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. It says I should, but I've tried to get rid of them in Sunshine Islands, and they are not budging. Yeah, see? I have no idea how many strikes it takes. So we'll just start by planting down here, work our way up here when it gets to be spring again. But yeah, spring's gonna be a lot more busy now that I'm gonna have a better watering can. And we're also gonna be planting rice. And I'm gonna try to plant fruit trees. Fruit trees are a bit challenging. Rice is easy. It's very low maintenance. You just have to leave it for like 2 seasons. It takes forever to grow, but like I said, it is low maintenance. I think it'll already have water in the rice paddies. We're just gonna check on it momentarily once it gets to fall, or towards the end of summer. But yeah, we're gonna do some river fishing. Ocean fishing is probably not gonna do much for us in the winter. And yeah, I don't really care. I don't really need any more red wonderfuls, so we don't need to worry about that until after this, and we get to the 7th. Because the 7th, like I said, is gonna be he's gonna be closed, and even if he was open, he would be selling that expensive Indigo Wonderful. But we are gonna still have to use that day to get our farm degree points to end in the number 5. It's also like this on Sunshine Islands. I just never really noticed, so I never really cared, but I'm gonna have to. Because I had a bunch of wonderfuls for winning crop festivals in Sunshine Islands, but I think I accidentally threw away my watering can, so I had to get one with no wonderfuls. It kind of sucks, but it's whatever, I guess. I wonder what the winter music sounds like. Hold on. Huh. Huh. Interesting. I can't really hear it. I can hear the game, I just can't, I can hear, like, the other sound effects of the game. I just can't hear the music. Huh. Bizarre. maybe it's because it's snowing. That's probably, I don't know. I guess there's no music when it's like snowing. Now when it's raining, you can hear like the rain, but like I guess it's just silent and. All right. There's supposed to be a snow festival on the 4th. Not that I'm complaining. I wasn't really looking forward to it, to be honest. You have to have like ridiculous friendship points to participate in well, not participate, but I mean you can participate, but like it like focus like it relies on friendship, and you have to have like a ridiculous amount of friendship with all the residents for them to build a snowman with you, or they're gonna decline like rude little assholes. So yeah, I could care less about the no festival, snow festival, no festival. Yeah, see? No festival. Snow festival or no festival? Oh god. Okay, there we go. I guess we just couldn't. Hear it because it was snowing. I want to do some more mining, to be honest. What we're gonna do is we're gonna buy a stack of chocolate. No, I just can't get off yet. Alright. Now, I'm gonna need that Adamite, whatever they're called, Adamites. So I'm gonna keep those, but I'm gonna sell all the other gemstones I get. But yeah, I know this place is a nightmare to navigate, but. I mean, if it makes money, then so be it. I had fun mining. And we're gonna keep orichalcum too, if we ever get any, because we're gonna need those for very important accessories that will be very helpful for us. Oh, huh. I was trying to get to the mines, but alright. Okay then. Well, let's save, since we unlocked a new harvest sprite. Alright. You see, it went up to 54. That's because of the harvest sprite. Alright, I'm trying to find the... I'm trying to get to the mines. Not the mountains. Okay, here we go. In case we lose all our energy, we're gonna... Alright, sorry, I know it gets tedious, but you have to do this. When there's so many things based on luck. And, like, I don't know how to unequip my... chocolate without taking it out of the equip slot. Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot. What the? Okay, that was bizarre. I just ate all of them in one bite, one go. bucks. Fine. Fine. Yeah, I'm about to end this pretty soon. I'll keep it going for a few more minutes. Why, thank ya. Alright, good. It's getting a bit easier. I don't really care about the junk ore. It's junk. Oh my god. I wonder if I took care of my cows. I'm gonna see if I took care of my cows today. Alright. I also need to try to get a watering can that's 3000 G or above. I think Ganon sells them. We'll see. Because I'm going to need it. Because you need, like, for every 1000 G the watering or the tool is worth, that's how many wonderfuls you can, like, equip to it. With the exception of the Indigo Wonderful, which, like, allows for more slots. Yeah, I do need to buy some more fodder too. Okay, good. Watering can. Yep, you see, okay. You see, it that's at 1000 G, and then that says 0 out of 1 wonderfuls. You can equip 1 wonderful, and then, you know, that's 3 wonderfuls. It says 0 out of 3. We need the watering can. Rucksack. Alright. We can build anything that's not... Okay. Yeah. We're gonna upgrade the road to piers in the end. Alright. No! And we're gonna throw away our inferior watering can. No, not that one. We need that one. We're gonna throw you away. There's no wonderful. It says 0 out of 3. Goodbye. And hello. Alright. I think that's a good place to end it, guys. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.